that work rate is massive for us. We've banged on about that from the summer block in that pre-season where they really worked hard, and then throughout that time frame where they were with their colleges doing majority of their rugby, we kind of just had that touch point once a week where we hammered home fundamentals of obviously unit work alongside that gameplay really. So I think that's probably one of our areas where we're going to go after, is just like nailing those fundamentals, and hopefully with our work rate element, and that'll put us in good stead really into the competition. It's been a long time coming for us as coaches in particular, but the boys have prepped well all season, to be fair. I think they took their learnings and their hard work from the pre-season into their college rugby, which was obviously important to put their hands up not only for the Dragons but obviously for their colleges. They had a really good season in terms of Newport and Gweilch, obviously both going into that final, that second division, obviously Gweilch coming out on top, and really good performances throughout as well. So I think it'll be an interesting competition this year. I think if we look back at last year in particular, it was quite disappointing in terms of results, but I think in terms of learnings for those boys who were particularly year one last year, who are now coming into their second year part of this squad, I think they'll get the benefits of that exposure last year, and hopefully we'll bring those first year boys coming in this year up to their standards.
We've seen quite a few players that have come through the 18 programme recently start. The boys like Nick Thomas, Evan Minter both getting their debuts recently. How exciting is it, do you think, for these young lads who are 17, 16 to see these players play at 18, 19, like a year or two later for the regional side? No,
I think that's the importance of the pathway. I think we kind of talk about it a lot in terms of that journey from being a first year, whether you're 15, 16 coming into the programme, and you might not play as much as you want, but we know there's with potential and kicking on into that second year and going forward into senior rugby, it can change like that. I think perseverance within that will show through. With the likes of Evan Minter, for instance, like decent year last year with the 18s programme, and has built on that. Probably disappointment of not getting into Wales 18s as such as second year, but then all of a sudden now had a really good summer, trained really well within the first team environment, had his first team debut, and is in the under-20 squad. So I think like those types of journeys is important, all those stories, for those boys to realise it's not always about the now, so it's about 18 months to 2 years time really for those boys who want to kick on.
You mentioned at the end of this period there's then an opportunity to go for Wales for some of these boys, and that's a brilliant opportunity for them at the end of the RAG programme, that they then get to represent their country in the under-18s in April, is that right?
Yeah, so I think like with those camps been ongoing since before Christmas, so there's a handful of boys within our region already part of that, but I think the end goal obviously is for them to get their 18s cap and be brilliant for them. So there's opportunities there as well, so it's not always about, it's obviously at the moment the picture now is for those boys to play RAG and perform well, but no doubt in some of those boys' minds we've got the bigger picture stuff with that 18s Six Nations Festival in April, and having coached there 2 years ago within that is a great opportunity for those boys to experience the level they need to be at, because it's the best of the best really at the under-18s for them, in order for them to kick on really. So it's good opportunities out for boys at the end of this RAG competition. As coaches, coaching staff and staff, off-field staff, have a responsibility to give the best programme for these boys to experience in order for them to represent Dragons, and that's what we're here for. So it's about exposing as many boys as we can to the competition block, and then hopefully getting a big cohort of those boys through to represent Dragons in the future.